Stavvy, baby. Try to keep this short and sweet. Been with my wife almost 4 years. Her whole family loves me except for her fucking mom. Cunt is Catholic. She's controlling.
Jesus.
She doesn't like that I'm a carpenter, that I smoke weed, drink a fair amount, but I mean, no more than the average person, I would say. And
Heard that
she has
before.
written a letter to my wife stating how I don't have much money saved up, how I drink too much. And my wife is just like, this is how mom is. This is how she's always been. She doesn't really like anybody, but I cannot stand being around this bitch. And she lives in South Carolina now. I'm living in Cincinnati. But she's moving back soon, and I'm fucking dreading it.
Jesus
and I'm
Christ.
getting nervous that she's going to affect my marriage. Because I don't like being around this cunt. And I swallow my pride, and I do things for her, and I do everything I can. Excuse me,
Oh my God.
make peace. But every time I see her, she's got some bullshit remarks, something to fucking say. Like, my life is in shambles. And I have money saved. Me and her just bought an awesome house. And then on the flip side, she's always bitching at me to fucking have kids.
Oh my God.
I'm just confused here and don't really know how to handle this cunt. And I just need a little advice from you.
Just drop 3
You
C's.
big, beautiful Greek bitch.
I don't know why
I
she
love
doesn't
boys.
like you.
Keep it real.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
it's possible.
He seems so nice.
Yeah. It is possible she's a dumb bitch, but man, you got to work on your messaging, partner. It's like, she sounds horrible, but you can't drop 3.
Really hard to take your side
You
here.
can't drop 3 C-bombs in a row.
He's definitely like leaning to the side and farting in the
Yeah.
middle of her
He's like,
sentences at the
Anyway,
dinner
this
table.
cunt. She's always fucking shitting on me because I shit my pants.
Yeah, this is a tough. I don't know. Do you have any insights about in-law? Do you have any in-law insights? Anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, in-laws are tough because they're like parents you can't be mean to. It's just like that is what it is.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
And you just can't be mean. So
Oof,
I
that's
kind of
tough.
get why it's like all coming out like while he's writing to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Because it's just like you hold it in so hard when she's
Yeah.
around. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's really hard to tell who's a bigger cunt. It's really hard to tell.
I guess. Okay. Yes, it really is, and I think.
I mean, okay, so she's moving back, but is she moving? It's not clear, like, if she's moving back into their house.
Not into their house,
just
but I
in the
think
same
just in the
city?
same city.
All right, so I don't know how hard is it to avoid your mother-in-law?
I mean, I could if she's moving back in, and she seems like the kind of person who wants to be involved a lot.
There's no kids to be involved with, though.
I guess that's true, but who knows? They might be. They might have like kind of a family that gets together a lot. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems like he's worried about it.
Right.
Now look, she's got some fucking horrendous remarks.
Yeah, writing a letter to your wife is a pretty cunty move.
That's crazy. Writing
Yeah.
a letter, basically being like, leave him.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, she's always bitching at me to have kids. She just wants grandkids at this point. She doesn't really give a fuck about you. You think it's not confusing. She wants grandkids, and she'll gladly like be in your children's life, but not worry about you at all. She'll gladly root for you to get her daughter pregnant, and then for her daughter to divorce you in the same year. She doesn't give a fuck.
That's true.
Once people get old, they stop worrying. They don't really worry about that shit so much. It's like, I just want my daughter to have a kid that I can help,
And
whatever.
if it's helpful at all, the more a parent pressures you to leave your spouse, the harder you're going to stay. I mean, it's like she can write all the letters that she wants to fucking your daughter, to Congress, to who gives a shit.
Yeah.
No one, your wife's not going anywhere because
Yeah.
the more letters she gets from her mom being like, he's bad news, the more turned on she's going to get.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. That's certainly a possibility. I guess my question here is like, look, there's nothing you can do about your mother-in-law. This is more important. Like, I think talking about this with your wife is really the important thing. Like, I feel like...
Not like, don't do it like this, though.
Yeah.
Don't do it like this.
No, absolutely not. But if like, let's say he's right.
Yeah.
And her mom
I believe he's right.
is being a bitch. has these like needles him with these remarks, is kind of whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a red flag if his wife doesn't support him and take his side a little bit here. You know what I mean? Like, that's, to me, the worry is because he's worried about his marriage being affected.
Here's the thing: if you're going to be a really good husband, you're going to say like you're not going to force anybody to take sides. You're going to make it easier on her. Like because her mom is going to be there just like gnawing at her and being like, you should be the way that I want you to be. And she doesn't need two voices in her head telling her like, it's me or her.
Good point, yeah.
It's me, like that is the less loving thing to do, I think, across the board.
That's a good point. That's true. And ultimately it is her fucking mom.
And the less you do that, the more your wife is going to take your side naturally.
Right.
Like if you're kind of like, yeah, she can go ahead and do whatever she's got to do and say whatever she's got to say about me. Like, we're already married,
Yeah, I guess the way to look at it is treat your mother-in-law like she's a homeless guy that got into your house.
Yeah.
A homeless guy calls you a fat idiot. You're like, okay, sorry, but she's the way you're like, you feel bad for the homeless guy. You're like, this guy's insane. His life is so much worse than mine.
Yeah.
She's a miserable old bitch. And on some level, her life is so much worse than yours. She's no control. She's got to meddle
in your shit.
She's going to try and meddle, but if you just let it roll off your back, you kind of, you're absolutely right, Rosebud, because you're completely correct. And like, my first thing was like, get your wife in the mix. Let's be a team about this. Yeah. Let's look at her mother as a problem together.
Right.
But like, that can hugely backfire.
You're gonna make your life so much easier by just letting it roll off your back and literally paying it no attention at all.
Treat her like an insane person who snuck into your home.
Yeah.
And just be nice and just kind of be like, kill her with kindness. Don't let it get to you the way it's clearly already gotten to you.
Yeah.
And do you have some other issue? Like, do you have problems with criticism? Maybe she can sniff it on you. Because the last thing you want is to just get goaded into an argument where you will look like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, if you blow up at her at fucking Thanksgiving and call her a cunt.
She's literally trying to get this out of you. Like, she's trying to get all of this.
She's winning by you behaving this way.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, good point. It's
kind of like if you just like sit back and go like, all right, whatever, lady, just keep yapping till you're dead. Yeah. I'm here and I'm going to impregnate your daughter.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay.
Or even better, you could fuck with her and be like that old Louis C.K. bit about giving a kid, like how fun it is to give a little kid the finger.
Yeah.
Because no one will ever believe them.
Right,
like, whisper atrocious shit to her. Or, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to die, Barbara. You're going to die sooner than me.
Just write it in her mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing you do. You could not poison her, but you could put a little, what's the thing that makes you shit?
Little X-Lax?
Little X-Lax, laxative in her stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, really you could go like a Home Alone.
Yeah.
Do little pranks and
just
you can kneel her.
90s movie, like comedy movie.
Like very minor inconveniences and just.
But embarrassing ones.
Yeah, but you can't get caught. That's very high risk.
Yeah.
Because if you get caught, whispering death threats to your mother-in-law,
you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah, but maybe every once in a while, if she really pisses you off, treat yourself to one little X-Lax pill in her fucking
To me,
mojito.
I'm like, there's no way this is going to affect your marriage unless you get caught.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good luck, buddy. That sounds horrible and truly an atrocious situation, which I don't wish on anyone.
No, that's awful. It's really awful.
I don't know how I would handle a bad, like, I really would, this would work on me and I would blow up at this woman. I just know I would.
I've been in that position with a different in-law and I've fucking completely blown up and it absolutely blew up in my fucking face. Yeah. And I'm like, trust me, the less it's just easier when you just don't.
You're right. And that's why we have you on the pod. Because I would have given this guy bad advice if you weren't here.
Luckily, I've lived it already.
Fuck that bitch, dude.
Yeah.